Okie dokie pokey. Here we are. We're at episode 5. Can you believe we've done it? Of course, I am very late this week, guys. Apologies. My sincerest apologies. It's been nuts. Work has been cuckoo bananas bonkers. Also, school. I'm at uni. I am doing cybersecurity and networking degree. Gotta say, soup's boring. But it is taking up a lot of my time, which is very frustrating because all I want to do is podcast and maybe play some video games. I do not want to do any of those things. So it's a little bit frustrating because I have no time to do the things I want to do, but that's adulthood, right? It's what we're all dealing with. It's what we all sort of have to kind of navigate in our lives, is this idea that we just can't do the things that we want to do. So yeah. This is very late. I'm literally recording this on the Sunday, the 9th of November, and I'm just going to put it out directly after I record. So hopefully this goes well. Apologies again for last episode. Boy, oh boy, that audio, tough stuff. Tough to hear. But I had literally spent so much time recording it that there was no chance in hell I was going to re-record all of it. So we had to deal with the tough audio, and I apologize, and I'll do better. I definitely checked to make sure that the correct microphone was working, and seemingly it is now. So that's fun. Don't know why it decided to just choose my webcam microphone when I'm not using my webcam at all. So that was really fun. What have I been up to? Literally can't even think. My mind is disheveled. I feel like my little brain is turning into like a prune. I feel like I'm siphoning all of my energy, just zapping it out. And maybe it's due to like clocks going back, daylight savings. Hate it. I hate daylight savings. I think it's so stupid. That was aggressive. I don't really feel that strongly about it, but it does, it makes the nights longer. It messes with the rhythm, doesn't it? You get sort of used to things being one way and then they switch it on you. All for what? Farmers? Come on. Anyway, I joke. Farmers, I guess, are great. All around here, they're like farmers without food or something. Something to do with the government. I don't really know what's going on, but go farmers, I guess. So yeah, my time has been taken over. I have started meditating though. Feel like my mental health was sort of on a decline. Not to get serious, not to get like super crazy, but yeah, my mental health was not at its peak. I will say that. And I decided that I needed a spot of help. So I went to the GP and sort of said like, hey, my anxiety sometimes is so bad I can't leave my house. What's that about, huh? And I'll be honest, when it comes to anxiety, because like intellectually, right? So like in my head, I know I'm making this stuff up. This isn't real. It's all made up foo-foo. So I feel very silly. And very, I don't know, like I should have this figured out by now. And yet, since I was about 12 years old, I've kind of dealt with this. On and off to frequency, on and off to how much it affects me. But now it sort of affects me in major ways, in ways like I don't eat, I'm not taking in the nutrition because the anxiety sort of, it manifests in me as like nausea, like I'm so nervous that I'm gonna throw up, and I have like a inexplicable fear of vomiting and vomit itself. Don't know where that comes from. Have talked to many therapists. We haven't even gotten there yet. There's like so much other stuff we're trying to unpack that we can't even get to the barfing, right? So that's a bit frustrating because in my head, I'm trying to intellectualize. I'm like, I need to fix. I'm a fixer. Let's get to the point where I can sort this out, right? Haven't even gotten there yet. So I've kind of been practicing mindfulness. But feels a little woo-woo and cringe, I'm not gonna lie. But god damn it, it works, kids. It actually works. I've been doing guided meditations, which I tried to do meditation before, and I was definitely that person where I was like, meditation doesn't work for me. I'm different and I'm quirky and I'm one of a kind. I'm unique. But I'm like taking it really seriously, and I'm trying to wake up between 6 and 6:30 every morning so that I have time to do these things. I'm drinking a lot more water. I'm, moving my body more than I did previously. And is it making like humongous shifts? No. But I think just the idea of like, and I'm kind of going with placebo here, perhaps, but the idea of having the goal of I can do this and I'm connecting with aspects of like building habits. And I'm using this app called Fabulous. It's a really good app. I would say like you can do morning, afternoon, and evening coaching. I'm even like not great at keeping up with that because I'm also all of the same time I'm trying to stay off of my phone, and of course it's an app. So I struggle with like keeping up with the coaching aspect of things, but I'm really like, I think in the mornings, I really want to start my day in like a good frame of mind because last week was like a really stressful week, but I think the reason I didn't sort of go off the rails in the way I kind of normally would, like I don't get stressed very easily, but it stressed me. And I felt like, oh no. And also my period's coming. Sorry. Graphic alert. Yeah, my period's coming. Definitely PMSing because I found myself getting enraged by something that is so not something to get enraged about. So like the meditation and all of that has helped. I'm journaling. Like I did a journal this morning of like life wish lists and stuff. Listen, it all sounds corny boots, and will I keep up with it forever? I don't know. But at the time of this here podcast, it's really doing something for me. So I would urge if anyone else is sort of struggling that, have a gander at what's out there. There's something to mindfulness. If you can get around the self-help kind of girl power, girl boss of it all, and like find the bit of it that speaks to you. And you don't have to do all of it. And I think that's what I'm trying to learn is like, I'm not going to be a perfect student. I think I'm going to find the things that work and I'm going to have to glom onto that. So I'm not going to be able to tick all the boxes that are literally on this app because some of those boxes just don't fit with what I'm connecting to. And like maybe eventually I'll get there. But it's, not shaming myself into being like, oh, you're not doing it all, so you should just quit. Because you're failing at this, Tara, and you really should be much better. And you're not. That's sort of the inner voice. That's my anxiety. I call her, oh my God, Mildred. Mildred is my anxiety. I've named her. I think she's a cantankerous old broad. And sometimes I think she's silly and fun. But a lot of the times, me and Mildred, we don't see eye to eye. So I have to have chats with her to be like, girl, you're doing too much. Calm down. So anyway, 10 minutes of me talking about myself like that. Let's move swiftly on, shall we? Let's get into the movie, because that's why you're here. You're here to talk, or listen to me talk, about a gay movie. And I watched a brand new one this week. I saw the trailer for this film a few weeks ago, I think, and I was like, Tessa Thompson, hello, love Tessa Thompson. So she is the star of this film called Hedda, Chi-DDA. This film literally came out in October, I think. Yeah, I think it came out like right around Halloween. So this is brand spanking new, and I gotta say, wonderful stuff. I'm really excited to get into this one. It's a period piece. It's gender swapping. Okay. This is originally like, what was it? I think it's a play from like the 1800s from a Swedish guy, perhaps? Yeah, I think it's like some Swedish guy, Henrik Ibsen. It's a play called Hedda Gabler from 1891. But it's very switched up. It's a completely different vibe to that play. This play is it's giving Carol with the period piece. It's in the 90s. It's right after the war. So yeah, it's like, it's shot beautifully. It's a really fun film. I will say it is on Amazon Prime over here. I assume it's probably Amazon Prime for the US as well, or other countries. So please do us a favor, have a gander at this. Whether, you can stop this podcast right now and then come back later after you've watched, because I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to enjoy it. So we have Hedda, came out this year in 2025. The coolest thing about this movie that I didn't know before I started, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't know who the writer-director was, it's Nia DaCosta. Nia DaCosta is one of those writer-directors that I think is so underrated. She does not get the love. I think, if anything, she gets like a lot of hatred. She did the Marvels film that a lot of people like absolutely hated. I'm sorry to say, I really liked that movie. I liked Captain Marvel and I liked the Marvels. I thought they were both really fun movies to watch. So I don't really understand the hatred. I think it's a lot of dude bros who just don't like women, especially black women. Nia DaCosta is like the way she shoots film and all of that. Truly spectacular. Golly. I would be interested to like get a vibe of the original. Oh, I just looked it up. It's the original play is from Norway, which is it came out in the 19th century of Norway. So it's based in that. So it would be interesting to sort of see the difference between the two, because I think Nia really changed quite a bit. But boo, don't know what that was, sorry. But this is a really fun movie. I think you'll enjoy it. And the sapphicness of it all, like, there's no major, like, I think what you get with a lot of sapphic films, especially like a period piece, is the forbidden love of two women together. And then the idea of, oh, these women are going to like die or something because they've been caught or they're together. Like, I think being with other women or whatever is like not a big deal in this story. I think it's more so like being women is kind of the main crux for these characters. Anyway, so we have Hedda Gabler, who is the main character of the story. She is the most unlikable character you may ever watch. She is manipulative, she is conniving. You can tell she's like a rich girl who's bored, right? She uses her boredom to manipulate others, and she's kind of like a cat playing with her food. Like she's cornering little mice and she's swiping at them and she's playing with her food, and she's very, very good at doing it. And it is infuriating to watch, I won't lie to you, because I love Tessa Thompson. My God, we got there in the end. I really like her. I've liked most movies that she's in. I think she, is so good. I think she's a very good actor. And I hated her in this, which means like she did a stupendous job, because Hedda is just... And she does a really good British accent, I have to say. It's sort of like the way she talks is very matter of fact and sort of speaking like this, which I thought was really funny. Like the way her mouth moves got me to laugh, but it is kind of the aristocracy of the 1950s, I imagine. So yes, Tessa is Hedda. And then we have Eileen Lovborg, who is the gender swap. So originally, I believe it was a man named Ellert, who is like the ex-lover of Hedda. So an actress named Nina Haas is Eileen, who is Hedda's ex-lover. Let me tell you about Nina. Okay, I think when she finally shows up, which is about like a half hour-ish into the film, she shows up. Boy, oh boy, does she show up, okay? She's boobies first. And wowie zowie, she's a babe. She's an absolute babe. And you can see, like, Hedda has a reaction to Eileen. I think she is, like, the one that got away. She didn't quite latch her in the way that I think she latches all these other people, which include Hedda has a husband. His name is George, and he essentially is obsessed with her and bought her this giant mansion that they're living in. They've gone broke to buy this mansion because Hedda said in like passing, she was like, oh yeah, I want this house, just to see like if this man would get it. And he did. I'm just saying, like, Hedda must be just incredible in bed, because she's got everybody vying for her. It's something. So yeah, she is married to George, who is played by Tom Bateman. He's great. I never feel bad for men. Never, ever, ever in my life do I feel bad for a man. I felt bad for his character. I really did. It's like, this poor man having to deal with this conniving monster. And I think he knows that she's a conniving monster. And yet, he's obsessed with her. And it sort of is the thing, like, people call her out for, like, being this terrible person. And she just sort of takes it in stride. And it's just like, Yes, and you're not going to do anything about it. And I hate it and I love it. I think it's so interesting. There's so many dynamics. There's, like it's just so complicated. And it's really interesting to see like how messy the aristocracy, like rich people. I imagine this is no different from today. I think if you have a party with like billionaires and millionaires who are like some of the worst people in the world, I think it's going to look like this. I think there's going to be debauchery. I think there's going to be, people fucking in a maze, which happens. They fuck in a hedge maze, and the man literally catches his wife fucking another man, and then he's fine with his wife later. Like, I think that this is quite realistic. I feel like Nia is taking from real life experience. Okay? I think that's what's happening. So these characters are interesting and fun. The Eileen seems, I'm going to be honest, I didn't take any notes or anything. I just wanted to enjoy the film. I think that Eileen is like a sex psychologist or something because she's writing this book about kink and she's talking about it. And I thought that was really interesting too. I didn't really catch it because like there's so much going on. But yeah, I think there's like so many cool things about this movie. And I don't really want to like spoil anything. I don't really want to talk too specifically about the movies because I think I'm talking too specifically about them and potentially ruining the movie if you haven't seen it yet. So I don't want to do that. I want to just sort of talk about maybe some of the themes that I saw that I kind of picked up on. And just the aesthetic of the film. It's a very dark film in many ways. I think like the darkness sort of reflects how manipulative this character is and how like uneasy you sort of feel when you see her speaking to someone and making this person feel really comfortable when you're like, oh no, she's gonna do something bad. Spoiler alert, she does a lot of bad things. I think also aesthetically, the period piece of it all, I think the 1950s is like a really, I don't know, like I find it really interesting. Like I've been listening to a lot of music from the 1950s and 50s, which is so of a time, and it almost makes me feel comfortable. Like I will just sit while I'm working and I'll listen to like oldies music, just instrumentals or like Billie Holiday-esque sort of music. Yeah, and it's just, yeah, there's something about it that's really comforting while I watch or listen to this sort of period of time. And yeah, I think that makes it cool. That makes it like really interesting. And also, this is some like decadent party and there's like so many different rooms and so many things are all happening at once. That was really, really cool to see as well because it's so over the top, I would say. Like, there's just so much stuff. And also, she's, like, obsessed with guns. She has so many guns. Her dad was a general. And I imagine, like, in this, he was, like, a famous general that fought in the war, right? Seemingly, he's not around anymore, so I think he might have died in the war, perhaps. I don't know. I don't think they say in it, or I completely missed it. So let me know if you watch. Let me know if dad dies in the war or afterwards. But yeah, like she's obsessed with guns and she just has guns everywhere and she keeps shooting at people. At one man in particular, he's the judge, who she's having an affair with, I guess, to get the house because he bought the house. It's all very confusing. I'm not 100%. I'll have to like make a diagram to figure it out. So yeah. So I think the coolest part about this is it's originally about a love triangle between two men and a woman. Very Twilight-esque, am I right? And like every other film ever, because it's always a love triangle between a woman and two men. But this, they've gender swapped the one character to be a woman. And I think it adds some interesting complexity there, right? And the fact that like her being with a woman doesn't seem to be like as debaucherous. It doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. Like Eileen has a different partner in this movie, a woman named Thea, who comes to the party earlier and she's looking for Eileen, but she gets to the party before Eileen does. And they like are in love and they seemingly have a relationship. They work together. They both wrote this book together. So seemingly they have like a very good relationship. Eileen loves Thea. Thea loves Eileen. And Thea's like very protective of Eileen. So yeah, it's really interesting that when like Eileen comes back to this party that seemingly she wanted to go to maybe see Hedda. I'm not really sure. Oh no, she wanted to go because important people at the university that she works at potentially, so she's a professor of some kind, I think. She wanted them to see the book. So she's like, well, I know Hedda, let me get to her house. And then it's complicated, right? But yeah, Eileen is like out and gay, and everybody knows that she's out and gay, and she's not getting jobs. She got a job over Hedda's husband, George. So being a queer lady doesn't seem to be the nail in the coffin that it actually was in real life. I don't know how open they are, of course, but yeah, like it's very apparent. And George knows about the relationship Hedda had with Eileen because he's quite jealous when Eileen is around. So yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's kind of cool. It's a lovely reimagining because I think as realistic as it is to be like, oh, well, gay people were sort of the bane of existence for so much and still. It's nice to like get a break from that, I guess, where we aren't that. Like we can just be. Because sometimes I have this like radical feeling that if we just act like being gay is quote unquote normal, because it is, everything else will fall in line. If we stop making ourselves exceptional or othering ourselves and saying we have certain stories to tell, I think we can just be. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what queer people want. We just want to be. We don't want to have our rights looked at 24/7. We don't always want to be on the ballot. And we don't always want to be the thing that people are fighting about. I know for myself. I'll speak for myself. I'm not interested in having my rights on a ballot box. It's boring and stupid. And as a woman, as a queer woman, all of it. Stop. Just don't. That'd be great. So yeah, I think it's really cool to have the change up, the gender change up to make it a sapphic experience. I don't think it changes very much because it's treated so normally, which is really, really nice to see. I love the aesthetic, of course. And I think it's really interesting too because Hedda in this is a biracial woman, and it is mentioned a couple times that like she won't get something over a white woman. And I think that's really important, especially given that Nia herself, the director, is a Black woman. I think she is like a perfect person to speak to that. And you know, she knows better than anybody that she, I am sure, has experienced white women having the privilege. And sometimes never, well, probably often, not putting their hand out, boost other women, Black women especially, right? So I think that was really interesting as well. Yeah, like I wonder how, because again, like she is a rich woman from privilege who's biracial. We don't see that either in period pieces, which is really cool. I want more of that. I want there to be just that's normalized. It's like, yes, of course. Yeah, like instead of the tokenism of it all, I think we can have some reality in it where it goes like, yeah, of course, like a white woman would get chosen, but you can still be rich. You can still be rich. And good for you, girl. So yeah, I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't have enough like film knowledge to like break down everything about it, but I think just the way that I felt while watching it, it was like really emotionally like enrapturing and like really cool to see these tropes be upended a little bit, because you just literally don't see that very often. I mean, come on, let's be honest, everything is a remake, everything is a sequel, everything is the same story over and over and over and over. So to have an old story retold in a really, I don't want to say radical way, but kinda, is cool. Like really fun. Yeah, just, I think we need more of it. Like, I love Batman, right? I don't need 100 Batman films. It's the same story. It's the same story. But if you want to do a different superhero that is similar to that, Batwoman, okay, I might start a protest to get a Batwoman film because the TV show was absolute poop. But yeah, like something like that. That's why I think people liked Wonder Woman, you know? We had so many Superman films. It was nice to get like a female version of that, right? And I was so excited for Batgirl, but WB of course ruined that and scrapped the whole film. But I wanted to see that. I wanted to see a different version of like Bat Family. I'm not interested in Batman anymore, guys. I'm not interested in the Joker. Those people aren't interesting. We've seen them a lot, and we've seen many different iterations of it. Can we move on to something else? So yeah, I hope there's more stuff like this. I think, yeah, I'm not going to get back into it, but it was fun to see something different. So yes, I would say this movie is a good one, guys. I really, really liked it. Tessa Thompson, what a babe. Nina Hoss, what a babe. Thea is played by Imogen Poots. Love her. She was so sweet as well. She was a really sweet character, and Hedda was truly a monster to her. So justice for Thea. And George, I really liked him. He was a sweet guy. Again, look at me like on the side of a man, because Hedda was so bad. Her character was so awful that it made me like a guy. Ooh, ew. Never again. So yeah, I think I need more Eileen in my life. So if we could do maybe a spin-off. This is my plea to Nia DaCosta. Hey girl, love your work. If we could get more of Eileen, prequel if you want, or after the events of the end of this film, that would be incredible as well. I just loved her. Really loved her, and want to see her and Thea, see that dynamic, how it started, and if it's continuing. I like to think that they're together forever, you know. I really like to think that would be nice. That'd be a nice thing to imagine. So yeah, essentially there was a happy ending-ish. I think Hedda, well, she goes through some stuff. I think there's a bit of comeuppance for our dear Hedda at the end of this, but yeah, it's sort of kind of a happy ending-ish. I don't want to give too much away again, but I don't know if it's necessary to say like bury your gaze is not an issue here. Spoiler. So that's really nice too, because so often, again, we see a lot of death in our stories. So in this one, we don't see any queer ladies dying, and that was really nice. I was a little bit nervous at some points, but I was very happy with the end of it. And yeah, I think I'd love a continuation, or if there's like other information about this somewhere, would love to know about it, because this was fun. And how different would it have been if it was like the original, where it was the love triangle between all these men, between this woman and two men, between all these men. Make it gay. Yes. That'd be fun too. Let's do that. There's a weird noise happening. What is that noise? It's my chair. I'm swizzling in my chair, and it was making a weird noise. All right. So, what is going to be our rating system? Oh my goody gosh. What is the rating system? Okay. What would make sense? What were like major bits of this? I feel like it was guns, really. There's just a lot of guns in this. A lot more than you'd expect. We're also book. There was a very important book in this. I guess we'll do guns, because that's the first thing I thought of, and now I can't think of anything else. So I would give this film a 4.5 out of 5 guns. Lesbian guns. Like, firearms, okay? Yeah, 4.5. I really liked it. I thought it was just so beautifully shot. Absolutely gorgeous. Really stunning stuff. And yeah, female director. Okay, that's all we need. I'm already gonna, like, if it's a female director, I'm probably gonna start at 4, and then we're gonna work our way up with how good the movie is, you know? Because it's important. It's important to get women out there, because female directors, there aren't enough of them, and we need more. And we need them to be out there making all the movies. So very happy to participate and watch this. Again, if you go on Amazon Prime, you'll be able to see it there. So that's it, guys. I think that's all I have to say. I've got probably another busy week ahead, so I'm not looking forward to it. I think starting from the next episode, I'm going to start doing some like holiday stuff because we're getting to Christmas time. During Christmas and New Year, I'm going to take a bit of a break, perhaps, or if I'm forward thinking enough, I will do a bunch of episodes and just have them banked. Will I do that? Who's to say? Okay, I'm not making promises, but there could be a break on the horizon. We shall see, okay? But next episode will be back as usual. I will get back on having a good schedule. I will set up my meditations and guide myself to having a good schedule and make time and stop being a lazy poop. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to have a chat with me, you can leave all of the comments below on this here episode. And also, really exciting for all the people who are like, I hate Spotify, I don't want to listen to this on there. I'm slowly moving everything over to YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel. It is Sapphic Movie Night. It's on there. So this episode, I will automatically upload on there. And then all of the backlog, I will eventually get over as well, you guys. It's all happening. We're doing it. So yes, this is all very exciting. Yes, so I will speak to you next time. I hope you bring your holiday cheer. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.